Hi, welcome to episode 45 of the PassionKnit Spinner podcast. My name is Tracy. You can find me as Schnüffeltier on Ravelry and Instagram. There's a Ravelry group for the podcast. We have some knit-alongs going on over there. So come on over, join, and enjoy. There's a blog where I put up the video and just links where you can find me. And I think that's it. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate everyone who watches this. Really, I do. So, what I wanted to talk about, I did open a new thread in the Ravelry group for recipes because I'm a food person. I love food. I just do. I love food. I love eating. It's amazing. So, I bake a lot and I show a lot of these things on Instagram, and I got asked a few times for recipes now. So, I just opened a Ravelry group where I share recipes every now and then, and I want you to share recipes with me as well because I love to try new stuff. So head on over there, share your favorite stuff, and I will try it. So I'm not wearing hand knits, it's too warm. It's just spring, summer, whatever is finally here. And yeah, we first had super cold and awful weather, and the next day it was 25 degrees out. So I don't know if we just skipped spring and it's right into summer. It's weird, but it's warm and it's nice. So, knitting in the past, nothing. I haven't finished anything. But I'm working on stuff. And it's all socks. So, I'm going to get this here. Like always, in my box bag that I made. I'm just going to start with this one. Here, in my needle cozy. Have not made them for the shop yet. I will. I am working on a pair of Christmas socks for my niece. It looks like this. It's an opal yarn from the Opal Abo, which is the yarn club that they do. I love it. I just love this yarn. I really still wish that I had made this for me. But they will go to my niece. They're my normal top-down 64 stitches US 2s. And yeah, I have about 3 centimeters to go before I put in the heel. I just work on these every now and then. And yeah, so first pair of socks. And then in here I have 2 more. So let's start with the one you've seen before. This is another pair for Christmas. It's for my mother-in-law. It's from Fischerwolle Corina. It's a German commercial sock yarn. And I do have the yarn tag. I have so many yarn tags in here that they don't belong to anything. So here it is. It's Fischerwolle Corina. And I have the first sock done. It's done. I have 1.5 stripes to go on this one before I can put it in the toe, and I did not match these at all. And I kind of like it. I really do. I think these are going to be amazing. And they will go in here because I have this laying around. I have to make more of these needle cozies because I only have 2 or 3 for myself, and that's just not enough. So pair number 2, Christmas socks. They're actually, I have 1 pair done already for Christmas, so these are 2 and 3. And then yesterday evening, because I only have 2 pairs of plain vanilla socks on the needles. That's just not working. I need a 3rd one. So I started a pair of socks for myself, and these needles are okay. I am doing really short shorties for myself. This is from the Harry Potter collection by Opal Yarn. It's Dumbledore. This is Dumbledore colorway. I do not have a tag for this one. I made a cardigan. I crocheted a cardigan of my own design for a friend of my mom's a few years ago. And she decided on this yarn. And she gave me 6 skeins, and I ran out and had to dive into my skein that I had. So these are leftovers, and I think I have about 60 grams. So I decided on doing shorties to make sure that I can make a whole pair of socks for myself. But yeah, This is the Dumbledore colorway from the Harry Potter collection by Opal. They did an 8 skein collection for the release of the Half-Blood Prince movie, and I do have all 8 colorways. So I decided on doing 8 shorties, 8 pairs of shorty socks for myself, because I don't really have these. I have some that are, you know, about this long, but I don't really have these short socks. So yeah, I'm gonna do 8 pairs of these for myself. And then I'm gonna use all 8 leftovers. I hope I do have leftovers from my Dumbledore yarn for my blanket, because I want to. And I want to have them all next to each other. So yeah, I'm working on this. I enjoy it. It's super nice and quick because, you know, there's no leg. I did 12 rounds of ribbing, 2 rounds of plain stockinette, and then I did start to heel. So these are going to be super quick. And these are all the things that I'm working on. 3 pairs of plain vanillas, because I love plain vanilla socks. They're so brainless for me. And yeah, that's it. 3 pairs of socks. I will have more because I'm in a sock mood. I just want to cast on all the socks. So I will cast on all the socks just because I want to. And yeah, they're all going to be plain vanillas because I want to. Now, that's it for knitting in the present. I have no knitting in the future because I'm not planning on really doing anything with my knitting. I want to knit the socks because I want to knit socks in summer. That's just what I do. I eventually want to finish my first breathing space sweater. I have the sleeves to go, and they're only half sleeves, so I could crank those out fairly fast. Maybe I want to do that soon. And yeah, I don't know. I don't have anything planned. Maybe I will just start stuff because it speaks to me. Okay, now there's no spinning. I wanted to spin yesterday. I kind of had the thought crossed my mind to spin, but I couldn't really decide on what to spin. It would have been wise to go on with the sweater quantity that I'm working on, but I just didn't feel like it. I could have plied the sock yarn that I spun, but I didn't want to ply. I could have worked on the other sock yarn I'm spinning on my rose, but it's just so thin, and then so yeah, I didn't spin because I couldn't decide. So yeah, from now on it's all going to be about sewing and cross stitch. And speaking about cross stitch, I have a lot of new stuff, and it's all cross stitch related, so I'm going to show that later and jump into Indie of the Week. And this week I decided to have myself be the Indie of the Week because I did open my Etsy shop, and I just wanted to show some handspun yarn that I put up if you are interested. I still don't want to really produce stuff, especially for the shop, except for the bags, because of course I make them for my shop. But I make them because I really want to make bags, and I don't need bags for myself. So yeah, I'm gonna put this here. Is that distracting? Oh well. So I just wanted to show some things that are in the shop right now. I have 3 pairs of socks in there. This one. I knit all of these this year. Then I have this super bright Lana Grossa one. And this Chalon Stahl. They're all a German 38, and that is, according to my little thingy here, a US 7.5. So they would fit a 7 through an 8. So if you want a pair of socks from me, they're in the shop. And then I'm just gonna go through the yarn real quick. Not gonna tell you how long, how much yardage or stuff it is. It's just, I'm gonna show it to you. This one is in there as a double pack, as is this. It's another double pack. It's art yarny. I don't really do real crazy art yarn. It's just not for me. Then I have this one. Another art yarny skein of yarn. And yeah, like I said, I don't want to have my podcast as a promotion thing for my shop, so I'm just gonna show these today. I have another box of stuff set aside that I'm gonna show in a second that will go up in the shop this week. And then I'm just gonna talk about shop stuff whenever I have stuff to put in, when I make new things that I will put in the shop. So I'm not overdoing it because I know that can get frustrating for people. This is from a loop bump. It's really nice. I mean, all of these are nice. I love all of them, but if you follow me on Instagram, I did show my handspun shelf a few weeks ago, and I just have so much handspun because I spin quite a lot, and I also buy a lot of, ready to go yarn. So I just put stuff into my shop because I will not use it anytime soon. So if someone wants to use it, they can. So yeah, this is in the shop right now. There's also, one project bag left that I'm gonna show later for the sewing stuff, but I wanted to show things that I want to put into the shop, but I have to take pictures first. I have this little basket of stuff. It's more yarn. Super nice singles. I love spinning singles every now and then. Haven't done it in a long time. And yeah. I know these ball bands are really big. I'm gonna take them off and attach something else. And the last yarn. So these yarns will go up in the shop, and then I have the fingerless mitts that I showed, I think last week or 2 weeks ago. These will be in the shop. And then some more socks. I have 3 little skeins of baby socks. Skeins. No, pairs. Pairs of socks. And then 2 more size 38 socks. And also I have hats. I make these hats for myself. I've never worn them. This one, because it's a bit snug on me, so it should go to someone who has a little bigger head. Not bigger, a smaller head than me. This one, I love it, but it's absolutely not my color. I knit this because I wanted to try the Fair Isle knitting, but it was the only nice yarn with a good contrast that I had in my stash, so this will go up in the shop as well. And then I have a handspun hat that I designed. It looks like this. So yeah, these things will be in the shop later this week after I have taken pictures. And yeah, that's it for promoting my stuff for a while. I think because, like I said, I don't want to go on people's nerves and they just, these people who talk about their shop all the time, and it's just annoying, and I don't want to annoy people because I don't want to annoy myself, really. So yeah. Good. Now that we've done all the promotion stuff, let's go on. I haven't read a single word this week. I just don't feel like reading right now. I'm not sure why. I am still listening to the Emily Lang audiobook series by Christoph Marzi. It's a German series, and I don't think there's an English version for it, which is a shame because these books are amazing. And I did almost finished season 1 of Penny Dreadful because Josh Hartnett. It's the only reason I wanted to watch the series. And I really do like it. It's a nice thing to watch. Well, it's a horror series, so it's not like, Gilmore Girls nice, but it's nice. It's nice. I like it. I have 2 more episodes and then I will be done, which is easy because there's only 8 episodes in the first season and I think 10 in the second, so it's good. And it's on Netflix, so I can watch it for free. So, now, sewing. I did sew Harry Potter inspired bags, and I showed my Hufflepuff bag in progress last week. And here it is finished. It's a little flat because I put it away. It looks like this. They do stand up, as you can see. I decided to go with the main house color for the main bag and the contrasting house color for the bottom. So I had, of course, I had Slytherin and Ravenclaw. They are sold and they're shipped. I have Gryffindor. It's also sold. I will not ship it because it's for a friend of mine and I'm gonna give it to her. And Hufflepuff. It's the only one that's still left. So if you are a Hufflepuff and you want a bag, you can go get it. I also matched the zipper color to be the contrast color for the house. So Hufflepuff has a black one. Gryffindor has the yellow goldish color. I did brown for Ravenclaw and silver gray for Slytherin. So yeah, these are the bags. They look like this from the back, just the plain color. And yes, that's what I made this week. And then I decided I wanted to sew clothes for myself, just because I wanted to. And because I have a lot of fabric for clothes that I did wash over the last few weeks. And it's like 2 pieces of, yeah, it's a lot, really a lot. So I started sewing stuff. I started by sewing a sorbetto top. It's a free pattern from Colette Patterns and it looks like this. This is my version so far. I have to change a few things because I think it's a bit wide here in the armpit, so I'm gonna put the sleeve in, the seam in a little bit to take out of here. And I have to do the bias binding around the top and the armholes, and I'm gonna do that with this yellow. So what I also want to change about this, it's very short. I wanted to lengthen it and I pinned it so I could lengthen it, and then when I started cutting, I was so enthusiastic about cutting that I just cut it right off at the bottom. So yeah, this one is a bit short. It's still wearable, but if it were shorter, I would never wear this. Yeah, it has a pleat in the front and it's out of cotton. It's not a knit fabric, it's a woven fabric, which is nice, and it's really light and airy. I will have to wear a cami underneath, but I really like it. I think this is going to be a wardrobe staple for me. So yeah, I have to finish it off, but it's almost done. And I enjoyed this one so much that I immediately made a second one. But I did this out of an old shirt from my husband. It used to be a button-down shirt for my husband. It was long-sleeved and it was a bit tight around the chest because my husband has very wide shoulders. He used to be a swimmer. And yeah, he outgrew his shirt and I decided to make a sorbetto for myself. And I think this is really nice for me because it's brown. I love brown. And yeah, so what I did for this one, I lengthened it quite a bit because I wanted to use the original hem, of course. I did sew the button band shut, so it's, not a button band anymore. And I did fold away the pleat part from the pattern and centered it on the buttons here. So I have this look and I have something popping up on my computer and I want it to go away. Okay, now, so this is the second sorbetto. It has darts, as does the first one. I still have to do the bias binding and then this will be done. I did not change it around the armholes like I wanted to, but I did make it a little longer and a little wider at the hips. So I might have to take out a little bit of the seam allowance here in the armhole to make it not so flattery floppy. And then I need to decide on a color for the bias binding because I would have this brown. It's like ancient, like really, really old. But it is the perfect color. It would look really great. But I kind of want to do the binding in this turquoisey blue. I think that would be better. What do you think? Brown or blue? I just don't know. The brown, of course, I already have. The blue I would have to get. So I'm not sure what I want with this. So yes, my second sorbetto. And I love this one. I think it's really nice. I hope to be able to wear one of these next week. So yeah, that's what I made for sewing. While washing my stuff, I found 2.5 meters of a really white corduroy fabric in a dark eggplant purple. And it has the perfect color to go with the first sorbetto that I just showed. So, Colette is having a sale right now, 30% off their patterns, and I got the juniper pants. It's a really wide-legged pants pattern, and I want to make this pair of pants out of the corduroy to go with this sorbetto. I'm not sure if I will ever wear it together, but I want to make it anyways, so we'll see. Now, that's it for sewing. Cross stitch. I have a lot of cross stitch. I have a lot of new stuff, and I have a lot of started and finished things, so I'm gonna show off the finished thing first. I finished the cross stitch for my husband's birthday. I already showed it to him. I will frame it and give it to him right away because why not? It's done. So yes, this is from a pattern from Fiddlesticks AU on Etsy. I changed the colors because what's blue in my version should have been yellow, and I just don't want to have yellow for my husband. I wanted to have blue. I really like it. I think it's really cute. So yeah, this is what I finished. It's on 14 count Aida, and I stitched it 2 over 1. Then in my little stitching basket, I have 2 started projects. With one I'm really happy, with the other one not so much. So I'm going to show you the one that I'm not so happy with right now. It's the second monogram that I started. It's a T with a little, of course it's a T with a little butterfly. And I decided to stitch this on this dark red Aida ribbon. When I hold it back here, it doesn't look bad. But when I hold it up close, you can see how much the color of the fabric shows through the stitches. And as this is maybe an 18 or 20 count, I didn't want to do it 3 over 1, so I did 2 over 1. And yeah, it just looks bad close up. I think it does. Don't you? I'm still gonna finish it. It's a learning curve. I mean, I cannot be good at everything. I just have to figure stuff out along the way. So yeah, that's the first project. I hope to have this done by next week because there's only the butterfly and a little bit of the T left to do. So I feel like that's a good thing to finish. And then I started something because I'm weird sometimes. I don't want to throw away these pieces of leftover floss after I finish a project because I just don't want to throw it away. So I keep them in this little baggie. And you know, what do you do with these pieces of floss? I decided to stitch with them. Just start somewhere. I cut off this big chunk of Aida fabric. I have no idea what size this is. But the floss pieces in my little baggie are 2, 3, or 4 strands. And I just use them as they come. And I started stitching just weird patterns like this until the floss is done. And I weave in the ends and I started with a new color. I'm not sure how much of the colors you can see because of the lighting. But yeah, this is it will be an ongoing project forever, because you can see how much I left free at the edges, and I kind of want to have a rectangle in here with all the floss. And yeah, like I said, I'm using it 2, 3, or 4 strands, just the way it comes out of my bag, and I like it. I really do. I think this is going to be really nice. It's going to be very unique. No one else will have this. And yeah, I kind of like it. I think it's going to be a cool piece of art whenever it's done in 25 years. Maybe I will still podcast and show it to you in episode 2568. So I did show my way of storing stuff last week, and I just showed these yellow plastic things. They are called stitch bows, and you use them like this. You can pop the whole skein of floss on there. When you use real DMC, you just can, pop it in. You don't have to wind it on. It's just perfect. I have a lot of not DMC and I have to wind it on, but it's 8 meters of floss. It's really quick. And it has this little arm where you put the ball band. Is it a ball band? I don't know what it is. It's a tag that so you will know the number of your floss. And I stored this in a big binder that I forgot to take here. So maybe I will show this next time. So yeah, these are stitch bows, and I use them for my DMC. And I also use them for the not DMC. This is Madeira. It's a very common floss in Germany. And these skeins actually are a little bit longer, so I have to wind them on. And I do have some no-name cheap stuff. And these skeins are a bit shorter, so I have to wind them on, of course. But yeah, that's how I store these. They go on here when I start a project. And whenever I finish my project, I put these into the binder. And when I start a new project, I look in the binder first, because that's the smart thing to do. So yeah, that's my cross-stitching stuff. And I'm gonna just put this over here now. And I want to show all my new stuff, which is quite a bit. I have it all stuffed into my small IKEA bag. And I put that one under the chair because my son was in here playing and I didn't want him to play with my stuff. So now, how do I start this? I'm gonna start with the non-cross stitch stuff first. I got my new fat quarter club from Pink Castle Fabrics. It's red, as you can see. I'm still 3 or 4 months short of finishing a full cycle, and as soon as I hit that, I will cancel the club because I have so much fabric. I don't need it. I really don't, but I want to have one full color cycle. So I'm gonna stick with it until I have that. I love all the fabrics that I got in this club, and I would stay in this club forever if I could use it up quickly enough, but I cannot. So that's that. And now it's all cross stitch. I'm gonna start with this. I ordered from 123 Stitch, which is, I feel like, the main place to buy stuff in the US. I got a piece of hand-dyed, my first ever hand-dyed fabric for cross stitch. It's this one here. It's Twilight Silver. It's a 9x17 inch piece of fabric. I think it's from Picture This Plus, but I don't know for sure. It's nice. It's a gray. And it sparkles. So it's an opalescent fabric. Can you see sparkly? Probably not. But it does sparkle. It's nice. Like, really nice fabric. Yeah, you can see the sparkles here. If this will ever focus, you can maybe see it better. I think this color just messes with the camera. So, yeah. I got this piece of fabric. Then I got 2 patterns from Prairie Schooler. They look like this. They are 2 Halloween patterns. I really like them. And they all just use 3 colors. Orange, this one has orange and black, and this one has orange, black, and the silver gray for the steam. So I got these 2 patterns. And then I got Mill Hill kits because Sadie, I think that's all your fault. Because I see you stitch up these Mill Hill kits all the time, and so I got the calaveras. I think that's how you say it. I have no idea actually. And I got all 6 of them. So I got these 2. They are stitched and beaded. And I really hope that I don't have to use all of the beads that are in here, because that's just scary. Look at this. Can you see how many beads there are? It frightens me. Also, I have to find out if I just stitch it completely and add on the beads later, or if you stitch the beads in with your stitching. So yeah, I got these 2. Then these 2. And these 2. And that's the whole collection of these. There are 6. I got all 6 because I love skulls. And I love sugar skulls. And also, my brother-in-law is from Mexico, so maybe this will make a nice add-on for his Christmas gift, to stitch one of these for him. So yes, Mill Hill kits. And there's way more to show. Whenever I get into a new craft, and you know, this is not a new craft for me. I started cross-stitching when I was in school. And I think I threw it away, but I found a little sampler that I made with just small patterns I wanted to try out. And I did stitch the year on it. It was from 1997. So I've been stitching for almost 20 years, on and off. So yeah, I got into it again, and I have to buy all the things because that's just who I am. I started quilting, and I have a ton of quilting fabric. I started going into sewing clothes, and I have, you know, piles and piles of fabric for clothing. That's just who I am. And I'm not apologizing for that. So I got a ton of cross stitch stuff. First of all, I got some more patterns and books. I got this one. It's Dragons and Unicorns. And yes, it has the same dragon that I wanted to stitch from last week's book. And it also has different patterns. There's a unicorn, because you know it says unicorns and dragons. There's this little phoenix. Oh, little. There's nothing little about this. It's a phoenix. It's quite nice. And yeah, it has the dragon that I really want to make. I will make this. Sometime in my life I will make this. And then I ordered the Fantasy Cross Stitch by Julie Hasler. It looks like this. I got it used because there's no way of getting this new. And I got on Amazon to check out a book by Teresa Wensler. And I could have gotten it for 25 euros used. You can also get the same book for 500 euros used. No. Just no. Why on earth would you do that? It's just no. I paid, I think, €3.89 because the book was 89 cents. And €3 shipping. And I really do like things in here. It has the zodiac signs. That's the right word, right? Is it? There's also another unicorn and Pegasus, some dragons, some wizards, and there is the Nordic god of Frey, and there's Sif. And I actually believe if you just leave out the shield here on his arm and make the axe into a hammer, this looks like Thor. So yeah, I have actually no idea if I will ever stitch something out of this, but I like it. There are nice patterns in here, and there are smaller patterns in here as well, so it's not only the huge stuff that will take forever. So, and then there's way more. I'm gonna start with fabric. No, what are you? Oh, you are not important. I ordered fabric from Paul Stitches. It's a shop in England, so this is what it looks like. It's Paul Stitches, and I got this variety pack. It's all the same size of fabric, and they're all hand dyed Aida fabric, 14 count, because that's what I wanted. Then I got a graph bag, which means their pieces are different sizes and different fabrics. And there are, I think, 5 pieces of fabric in here. This one with gold sparkles. I love this one. And I got another variety pack. They're bigger pieces, 3 of them, and yeah, look like this. I'm not going to take them out and show them to you because I don't want to. And then I also, from Paul Stitches, I ordered a pattern. It's by Joan Elliott. Is it? Yes. And it's this one here. It's a dream catcher. And the saying, gather your dreams, let their spirit guide you. Because I just like it. And then I got my first Bothy Threads kit. And I got the Peter Pan one. I also really like the Wizard of Oz one. I might have to get that. And the Alice in Wonderland is great as well. And they are all just stitched in black on a hand-dyed fabric. This is the hand-dyed fabric that goes with it. And here you can see some of the other kits that are available. And I like them. I really do like these. So yeah. I'm crazy, right? I also ordered from PassioKnit, which is a German crafty store, some Aida ribbon that's 20 centimeters wide. You cannot see anything. It's a oatmeal Aida ribbon fabric. Now, if you could focus back, that's nice. Thank you. I ordered this actually to stitch up the Snowflower stitch along, the year-long stitch along. And it's wide enough to fit it in. And I have 2 meters of this, so I could actually fit all 12 months underneath each other. So that's all the fabric and this part. Then, while browsing Amazon, I found super cheap floss, and I wanted to try it out because I just wanted to try it out because getting floss in Germany is very expensive. We mostly have Anchor floss, and that's about €1.20 per skein. Then there's Madeira, which is also about €0.09 per skein. And DMC I have never found here, except online. So, and that's also about €1 per skein. So it can get quite expensive. So I found these packs with 150 skeins of floss on Amazon for really cheap. So I got 2 because I just wanted to get 2, and I wanted to have a nice variety of color. And when you look at it, it really is a nice variety of color. And I don't have to have the perfect color that's given in a pattern. It says dark red, I'm going to use dark red. Is it number 45.7 or not? I don't care. I just don't care. So I'm going to give this a try. It does look quite nice, and I do have some inexpensive thread that I used for my chameleon pattern, and it worked wonderful. I mean, it's just, I couldn't really tell a difference actually between the Madeira and the no-name thread. It worked great. So yeah, I got this thread because I have a lot of patterns, and I just don't want to get super expensive stuff online. I don't. I'm not very snobbish with my stitching yet. So I have to embrace it. And then I got some kits from the uh, the magazine that I showed last week. I wanted to make the elephant. And I went online on their online shop, and they have kits for all their patterns, and they are really inexpensive. So I got kits for the things that I really enjoyed. I got the elephant. This whole kit with the fabric. What did I get? I got the deluxe kit with the specialty threads and the fabric and the Madeira floss. And this was under 20 euros for the whole kit. That's great. So I got the elephant. And then while I was on their shop, I looked around a little bit and I found more stuff that I really liked. So I actually saw a pattern very similar to this on Etsy. And it was like 7 euros. And this whole kit was not 15. So yeah, I got this kit and I really like it. This might be the first one for me to stitch up. And then I got the 3 bright umbrella kits. They look like this. I think these kits were together under 20 euros for all 3 of them. And the last thing that I got was her. Isn't she beautiful? I love her. They had a very similar one, but she had orange flowers and brownish hair, but I didn't like it that much, so I got this one here. So yeah, I got a bunch of cross-stitch kits and I just need to cross-stitch more, which is not a problem because I really am into cross-stitch right now. So yes. Oh, maybe you want to check out the shop. Here it is. That's the internet address. It's korikamo.com. And they have, like I said, really nice patterns. You can get the patterns. They also have amazing kits with Madeira floss, which is a very, it's like the common floss in Germany. So yeah, that's it for cross stitch. It was like the biggest part of the show today. And that's it for the show, actually. I don't have anything else to show or talk about. I want to get going on my sorbetto tops. I want to have these done by next week. I also finally want to finish the skirt that I started a month ago. I only have to do the hem and 2 buttonholes for the big pockets and then I would be done. So yeah. I don't know. I want to do all the things and nothing at all at the same time. It's weird, but it will get over. I will get over this. I've had this often, you know. So yeah, before I start rambling about super unimportant things, I'm gonna get going. I hope you all have a wonderful week. I will draw a winner for the 16 and 16 sock knit along next week because I forgot to do it this week. And yeah, I hope you all have a wonderful week. I will talk to you again next Monday, hopefully. Enjoy everything you do. Bye. No, that's the wrong button. Very classy. Bye.